video that you are also in a transition. Yeah, you in a transition from one mindset to another, from one spirit or emotional set to another, from one physical set to another. You in transition. Peace, power, and prosperity. Welcome to another Wealth and Wellness Wednesday segment of Let's Get Rich. I'm Yahlil Lakwame, and I'm here to guide you back to the power that you already have inside you. In case you ever forget that, let Wealth and Wellness Wednesdays be your reminder, okay? Because I understand us as leaders, those leaders out there, you don't have a voice of your own, so I stand here as that voice, okay? As your poster child in leadership, leading you back to yourself, okay? I understand if you found this video that you are also in a transition. Yeah, you in a transition from one mindset to another, from one spirit or emotional set to another, from one physical set to another. You in transition. How do we know this? Okay, because frequency attract like frequency, like minds attract like minds. And I understand, okay, that leadership requires us to consistently and continuously evolve. And you evolving. You evolve into the creature that acts for the things that you're going to receive, that you're receiving now. You evolving, okay? And as you evolve, you're going to continue to be challenged. Your mindset is going to be challenged, okay? We're going to need to challenge those belief systems. Yeah, a lot of those won't serve you on the next level. They may have served you on one level, but not on the next. We're going to need to challenge that emotional state. Yeah, that spiritual state. We're going to need to challenge those emotions in the way you feel about certain things, especially about yourself. Okay, we're going to need to increase the way you feel about yourself. This is mental wealth. Okay, and also that physical state is going to change. Your behaviors are going to change. Okay, your everyday activities are indeed changing, and they're going to keep changing. Okay, and as these things change, the walls around you are also going to change. Yeah, you may have even noticed the people around you are changing. Yeah, the people that you see and hear from the most, they changing. Okay, this is the journey of leadership. This is the journey, okay, towards abundance, towards, your imagination. And this we call the adventure of life. Welcome, okay? Before we get started, let's take some time to appreciate the fact that we made it here. Yeah, let's appreciate it. Everybody not gonna make it here. Yeah, take some time out to show yourself some gratitude. Yeah, appreciate the fact that you made it, and also appreciate your reflection. Yes, appreciate the people that you're meeting. Yeah, appreciate the other people that made it. Yes, because a lot of people would have quit it a long time ago, but you didn't. So we're gonna go ahead and take some time to appreciate you. Yeah. Yes. On Wealth and Wellness Wednesdays, we have to focus, on the well-being of our mindsets, of our spirit sets, and our physical sets. Okay? So I want to also remind us to be hydrated. Have you hydrated yourself? Okay? And I'm not just talking about physically. Had you hydrated your vision? Okay? Because as I understand, sometimes we allow those visions to slip away. How do they do that? These visions may slip away, because we have everyday tasks, we have everyday duties, and we have everyday responsibilities. And sometimes we like to pile them up and juggle them in two hands, And during all this juggling, what begins to happen, we lose sight of the vision, Let's water our vision, Let's water our vision by making things fluid. Let's take some time. Take some time out today. To make that vision fluid. What things can we do today to make that vision active today? Yeah, there's some things we can indeed do. What do you imagine yourself doing in the next 5 years, in the next, 10 years? How many of these things can we do today? Because it is some things that we can do today. The distance, the time thing is all in your mind. The only thing that's stopping you from being that person that you know you need to be is you. You understand that, But we also understand that leaders, we require a certain amount of friction. We require a certain amount of pressure, We require this pressure because the things that we must lift requires a certain a certain individual, a certain energy. I like to call this energy the necessary energy. This is why it's imperative for you to be around other leaders, for you to rub shoulders with like minds, because these individuals will put that pressure on you, okay? Be it be known or unbeknown to you, the pressure is being put on you, okay? This level came with some pressure, okay? You was gonna have to show up, okay? You was gonna have to walk in purpose. You was gonna have to be clear on your delivery, okay? As you become more clear on the things that you ask for, you're also becoming clearer, okay? You're also becoming the person that you need to be. Yeah. Nevertheless, you in transition. Yeah. So every Wealth and Wellness Wednesdays, we're going to check in. We're going to check in. We're going to check in with our mindset. We're going to check in with our spirit set. We're going to check in with our body set. That's our physical set. Yeah. And we're going to make sure that we hydrating ourselves. At the least, this Wealth and Wellness Wednesdays, we making sure that we hydrating ourselves, and we first hydrating our vision. Yup. If you haven't done so already, you better already have a vision board or an action board. Matter of fact, you should have a vision board and an action board. Yeah. And if you haven't seen my video on vision boards and action boards, take some time out to go watch that video. Create you an action board, a detailed timeline, okay? A timeline that you can see action in real time, that you can see results in real time. Create you an action board, okay? And then when you have some more time, create you a pipeline. Create you a physical pipeline. We're not talking about the digital pipeline that lead our leads, okay, into the sales conversation. No, we talking about a pipeline that identifies the problems, okay, and also identifies the solutions. We're going to create a pipeline. We're going to have a start and a stop, and we're going to see what's happening in between. Let's create a pipeline. Yeah, and if you haven't seen my video on pipelines, just stop this video, go pause it, and then go watch this video on pipelines. You'll be up to speed, okay? If you have these 3 boards, these are something that you should meditate on your Wealth and Wellness Wednesdays. Yup, you will be more clear as you feed your mind the images, okay, the vibrations and the energies that you ask for. That vision will become more fluid. Yup, don't forget Mindset Mondays. Yup, on Mindset Mondays, we going into different mindsets that you may have heard about, different mindsets that's coming up on your news feed, different mindsets that have gained popularity, okay? I want us to know they gain popularity for their mindsets. There's certain mindsets we've been hearing about. There's certain mindsets, okay, that may be even affecting us in the status quo. We're going to go into all these different mindsets, okay? Why is this? Because we need to understand reflection. We need to understand reflection, as above, so below, as without, so within, okay? Whenever we see a human do something, I want you to understand, okay? That means you are also capable of doing the same thing. I'm going to say it again. Whenever we see a human do something, that means you are also capable of doing the same thing. Meaning, if we see a human fly today, that means all humans could fly. Okay? If we see a human fly, that means all humans had the capabilities to fly. They just either chose not to or never stepped into that true energy or power. Okay? So this is why on Mindset Mondays, we're going to step into these mindsets so you can understand reflection. You can understand what's capable of a human. Okay? No matter if you like it or not like it, you must understand that it's all human. So we're going to view these things non-biasedly, okay? We also going to cultivate solutions and resolutions, okay? And ways to avoid these mindsets, okay? Mindsets like the Trump mindsets. All of us don't want the Trump mindset. All of us don't want to walk around like a dictator. The mindset of the Kanye West is in the games, okay? All of us don't want a Kanye West mindset. Okay, all of us don't even want a Kim mindset. All of us don't want to be a Kardashian. I almost said a Kardashian. Yeah, all of us don't want to be a Kardashian. No, we want to understand their mindsets and understand how can we avoid them, but also reap the benefits and the jewels of these certain mindsets because we're viewing them non-biasedly. Okay, even the Dr. Umar's. Okay, even the Dr. Umar's Ifatundes. We're going to go into those mindsets as well. We're going to see what's holding this school psychologist in a certain mind state, in a certain spiritual state, in a certain physical state, and how you can also avoid this certain mindset. okay? And how these certain mindsets have affected the status quo, have affected the community. Yeah, I'm going into all these mindsets. Every Mindset Monday, I'm going to go into a different mindset. Yup, we're going to make it entertaining. I'm also going to be answering questions. So if you got any questions, if you know any minds that you want to learn more about, if there's any minds that have caught your attention, okay, or if you have any opinions, okay, questions, comments, and or concerns, you make sure you send them right to me. I'm very reachable. Nevertheless, until next time, let's get rich.